What's going on, everybody? My name is Joe, and I had a co-anchor here, Lucas. You'll probably see him shortly because he's playing around. But recently we were challenged to 19 questions. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much a way for you guys to get to know us by us answering 19 questions. Jessica already did hers, and if you haven't seen it, we'll put a link down in the description, but hers was pretty good. I'm not even going to attempt to do it like she did because hers was way more cinematic than what I am capable of right now. So here it is. Question number one is, what does our channel name mean? So we are the Family Flips. So what that means to me is we're a family of flippers, of resellers. We buy and sell liquidated goods and sell it for profit. If you didn't know what that was, that's somebody who flips. It's a flipper. We flip things, right? But we do it as a family. Like we do reselling because it's kind of the vehicle that drives, that provides this lifestyle that we want with our family, which is a lifestyle of freedom. We want to be able to homeschool our kids. We want the ability to have the freedom to go and do and live life with our kids, with experiences as a family. But it's also something that we can do together. Like we can go on thrifting trips together. We can ship things together. We can do all these things as a family. So we're the Family Flips. Question number two is, where was I born? So I was imported. I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas, but I was imported. I was made in Missouri, but I was born here in Arkansas. My dad was in the military, and I was conceived at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. And probably more info than what you guys have wanted to know. Don't let your minds drift that way. Just focus that I was made in Missouri, but I was born in Arkansas. That was pretty funny. Yeah. So question number three, and Lucas is back, is where are we now? Where am I now? We are in Conway, Arkansas, and now I'm in my kitchen, to be more specific, because I'm a pretty specific and literal guy, and even more specific, I'm at the island in my kitchen. So question number four is, what would my parents have named me if I had been a girl? I have no idea. No idea. I have a long name. It's Joseph Theodore Rensing the Fourth. I do know that my mom wanted to name me Michael, but there's 3 other Joes before me. It was kind of like she had to name me Joe, but we kind of broke the trend with Lucas, but we still threw in a Joe. He is Lucas Joseph. But I did find out that like 2 years ago, I have a christening name because my mom was like, Patrick. She's like, no, you're Joseph Theodore Patrick Rensing the Fourth. I'm like, who the heck is Patrick? I'm like, I think right now I'm 39. I was 37 at the time. It's the first I had ever heard of Patrick. I'm like, Patrick, you've been keeping this from me my whole life? I'm like, I don't know. But yeah. Question number 5 is, I don't know if you can see that, but they're blue. They're like a pretty blue. It always made me feel weird growing up because all the older ladies, they would always say, your eyes are so pretty. It was very embarrassing. I was an extremely shy individual, still am, but they're blue, a pretty blue. Question number 6, and he's back, runny nose and all. It's, what is your favorite candle scent? I don't do candles. Candles are toxic, most candles anyways. There's all kinds of ingredients in there that if you knew what they were, you wouldn't want to be inhaling them. But I know that not all candles are that way. There's some pretty good natural candles out there. Oh yeah? But they're a little pricey. And if you didn't know, like Jessica and I, we're pretty simple individuals. Like, we don't splurge on a lot of stuff that we don't need. And overly priced, non-toxic scented candles are not in our budget. So I don't have a favorite candle scent. I don't have a favorite candle scent. Sorry. Question number 7 is, can I cook? Anybody can cook. You know, it's not hard to cook, but can I cook good? Everybody tells me I cook well. I tend to question my cooking skills just because of comparison. You know, when you compare yourself to Gordon Ramsay, you're like, I can't cook, but I can cook well. I started cooking at a very, very young age. Very young age, probably like 6 or 7 years old. I remember cooking with my mom. I remember almost burning the house down, a little dramatic, at like 8 years old because I was cooking French fries in the deep fryer, and the French fries had lots of ice buildup. So if you know, you put water in oil, it's like boiling over. But I did that. My parents were at work and I was home after school all by myself. But I can cook. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy cooking for people. I think it's one of my favorite ways. I'm an acts of service, love language person, and I love being able to cook food for people that they like, that they can enjoy. So question number 8 is, what is my astrological sign? I know that I'm a Cancer. I couldn't tell you what that means. I don't put stock in astrological signs. I do realize that they probably have some sort of accuracy, but when you throw out blanket statements about a lot of stuff, everything can hold somewhat true. Plus, they have that sense of confirmation bias, where like you're looking to something to confirm something that you already know about yourself. So you're not really looking at all the stuff that don't line up with you. You're just looking at the stuff that does, because you have that preconceived idea already. So I'm a Cancer, but have no idea what it means. Question number 9 is, what scares me about getting old? The one thing that scares me about getting old is, I guess, 2 things. One is not getting old. You know, my dad died when he was 54 years old, and man, I may cry. I don't know. But it was a very sudden death that he had. Died alone in a hospital emergency room of a heart attack. So the fear of not growing old, not being there for my kids and with Jessica at an old age, it scares the crap out of me. Why am I crying? And then the other would be, is if I do grow old, it would be regret. Looking back over life, regretting what I didn't do and what I could have done better. And that's why now it's like, you know, we live the life that we live, to be present with our kids, to not build something that they're no part of, that they're not around, that we do it so that there will be no regrets, that we won't look back like, man, I wish I would have worked less. Because you ask every old person, I'm not going to say everyone, that's a blanket statement, but you ask lots of old people and older people that this question, they would probably say, I wish I would have spent more time with my family. I wish I would have spent more time with my kids. I wish I would have spent less time working or trying to make all that money that I thought I needed that I didn't really need. Because at the end of the day, like, this is what it's about. It's about your legacy with your kids. Question number 10 is, what is the last thing you bought? inventory labels. Strangely enough, little labels that we put on our items, our bagged items like cell phones and cameras. I bought more of those this week. But I'm not sure if that's maybe for yourself. I don't really buy things for myself, just because I don't like to spend money myself. I'd rather spend money on Jessica and the kids. So question number 11 is, what is my favorite holiday? I don't know. I'm relearning to like holidays, just because I worked retail for a long time and I never really liked Christmas. Just because you work retail, you're used to the madness of Christmas and those holidays. Working in restaurants with Thanksgiving is that you don't really enjoy them because it sucks. Like working in those jobs around that time, you encounter lots of cranky, upset people, and you tend not to really enjoy it. So, and then birthdays, I don't really like. I'm starting to like them now, but I didn't like birthdays for a long time just because I didn't like the attention. I didn't like the focus being on me. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Ask me a year from now, I could probably tell you, or I might be able to tell you what my favorite holiday. But right now, I don't know. The jury is still out. I'm still learning to like them all. So I don't know. So what is your guilty pleasure? I'd say probably playing video games. As I'm generally a very focused and driven individual, and I don't really take a lot of time to myself. I get up in the morning, I read and pray and that. But like hobby stuff, like probably playing games. Like I love playing Madden. Like I started playing football on Nintendo Tecmo Bowl. If you're a dude and you're watching, you grew up in the 80s, then you know what I'm talking about. But just the idea of having a football team and then they're collecting statistics and all of those things, like it was fascinating for me because I love numbers. And then NCAA football growing up, when it came out and they had the mode where you can recruit and you can build things, I love doing that. But I also know that there's probably other things in life that can be done that's probably a little bit more important than playing games. So although I enjoy it, I generally do feel a little guilty playing it. Question number 13 is, what show do I binge watch? I don't know. I guess the only show that I have binge watched would be Jack Ryan season 1 and season 2. Shows really don't. I mean, I guess I grew up in the time period where you had to wait every week to get a show, and he bit that. He threw it back in the bowl. Ouch! But I grew up where you had to wait for TV. Hey, buddy, you need to be nice to those oranges and apples. They didn't hurt you. Question number 14 is, what do I never leave the house without? I would love to say my wallet and my cell phone, but I lose my wallet all of the time. But I never lose my cell phone. So I never leave without my cell phone. I gotta have my phone. Question number 15 is, am I a morning or an evening person? I don't know if I have a preference. I just love the stillness that they both provide, like staying up late at night, all the kids have gone to bed, it's nice and peaceful. Also the mornings, I don't have any issues with both, so I'm whatever I need to do. Question number 16 is, what is my favorite movie genre? Genre, not genre, because I don't know who movie genre is. But I would probably say I love action movies, but they have to, I love CIA thrillers. I like military type action movies that are realistic. I don't like the fantasy stuff. I don't like the things that are unbelievable. I like, the Jason Bourne series because a lot of it was pretty realistic for the most part. Granted, they did have some things that are like a little far-fetched, but I like the realness of action movies. And I'd probably say the other one was Love, the comedy love movies. I don't know what genre that's called, but I just like the love comedy movies. I'm a softie like that. Question number 17 is, what is good in my life right now? I'd say my family, my kids, my wife, Jessica. Business is good. It's growing pains, but it's good. I enjoy it. They're so rewarding. It's so hard, but it's so rewarding. So rewarding. Question number 18 is, am I an introvert or an extrovert? So I'm an introvert. A lot of people get confused about an introvert and extrovert. They think that somebody who just talks out loud a lot and is very like outgoing is extrovert. That's not the case. Introvert, they kind of, they get, when they're out in crowds of people, it drains them. Whereas an extrovert, when they are with crowds of people, it kind of energizes them. But you can be an outgoing introvert, and you can be an extrovert that's shy. It's just which one gives you energy and which one steals your energy. So, but I'm an introvert. What is my biggest accomplishment? I'd probably say saying yes to this life, saying yes to Jesus, to this way of life. It's a narrow road that He chose me. I said yes, and without that, my life would be nothing. I know a lot of people that are not Christians. They don't believe in Jesus, but I do. Just my personal experience, the encounters I've had, the things that I've seen, I can't deny that. And that would be my biggest accomplishment. As if I accomplished anything because all I had to do was say yes. That's it. 19 questions. That was a lot. I feel like I rambled a lot. But I hope that you've gotten to know me a little bit better, because that is kind of the point of this video, is for you guys to get to know a little bit more about me. Put a comment down below about what you liked best, what really struck you, some takeaways that you had. But like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. But I appreciate y'all. Until next time, peace.